What is Death Note? Editor, are you joking me? We were, we're not doing What is Bleach anymore. We're doing What is Death Note. What is Bleach was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Can we get back to the real stuff? Now that we know we're back to Death Note is a 37 psychological thriller show about a lot of psychological thriller stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Basically, it involves this Death Note type of book that the main character finds. At one point in time, he sees this like vicious, terribly evil criminal dude on TV. And it turns out that this evil, vicious criminal dude on TV was like some psychopathic murderer or whatever, I guess. And he decides to write his full name down in the Death Note book of sorts. So after some time, since he just wrote down his name and not any of the official business or whatever you want to call it, the guy on TV dies of a heart attack. And now I've seemed to forgot what the main character's name is because I was actually going to say some witty comment about it. So I decided to look it up on Mal, after pausing the recording, and turns out that I actually have to click more characters to find it. I mean, isn't that great? The actual main character of the story isn't one of the first people that shows up on the character list. So give me a second, let me go look up some character ideas because I'm an idiot. Now that I finally remembered that the main character's name was Yagami Light, let's get back to business. So after about 1 minute and 10 seconds of recording, you finally get to know who the main character is. Now, Yagami Light's the person who actually finds the Death Note. Are you finally glad I mentioned that? I bet you are. Now, after he writes the names down, he kind of turns into this guy who wants to just kill all these evil maniac dudes that are terrible people. So he first starts off with just killing petty thieves and a criminal, which is nice considering some of them probably only robbed a bank store and he's killing them for no reason, just to prove a point. Which I think is pretty cool, I mean, it's pretty interesting to watch people die, if you know what I mean. And so he basically just does this over and over again, and he decides to do it in a way that makes everybody knows that something weird is happening. Now that you know what the main premise of Death Note is, editor, are you kidding me? That's not even the right kind of bleach. Why are you putting a Clorox bleach container thing there? And it's not even anime, like, I don't understand what you're doing at all, like, seriously, can we go back to what is Death Note? Thank you. Now that we're back with the main premise, is Death Note actually a good anime? In my opinion, yes, it is actually a really good anime, and it's better than all the other what is I've done so far. Death Note is very suspenseful. Yeah, great stutter there, Callow. I mean, you totally don't have a speech impediment or anything. And it's actually really good, and I'm just going to repeat the same things over and over again, because that's exactly what I do when I run out of stuff to say for the last 30 seconds or so. So now that you know what Death Note is, man, Callow, you just can't really get this down, can you? No, Death Note is a good anime. You guys should definitely watch it. It's a very entertaining show overall. The only problem with it is that after you get to the second arc, it basically is written by a different person, so it loses all of its outstanding flair that it had before, and it just doesn't have the same hype it had in the first season / arc. Because L's personality sort of Yagami Light's personality sort of flip-flops and switches into this psychopathic guy, and it just doesn't feel like Death Note anymore. Don't get me wrong, that part of the show was actually pretty good, but it was nowhere near as good as the second half. So now that you guys know what is Death Note, I really do appreciate you guys watching this video. I tried to add some more puns in here, but Death Note's actually a good anime, and the other ones are good too, but I just couldn't really think of what else to say for Death Note, because it was my gateway anime, and I have a hard time bashing something that got me into anime, if you know what I mean. Basically, thank you guys for watching this video. This has been Cal321 from to AnimeHQ. Wow, I actually said to AnimeHQ instead of AnimeHQ. That's a first. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Light apparently really likes chips, and it's a very important detail in the show that you should pay attention to. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next review top thing mabobber. Yep, derp.